Question 1.1 of Paper 1 consists of 6 finance questions that were designed to assess your understanding of income, expenditure, profit and loss. You are given the cost price of items for a lunch bag to be sold to learners at a school. In question 111, you have to show how the cost of one yogurt was calculated. The cost of one yogurt is given as R1.83. The cost of a 6-pack yogurt is R10.99. The item cost of R1.83 is calculated by dividing the bulk price of R10.99 by the number of yogurts per pack. In question 112, you have to determine the maximum number of apples per bag. Since one apple equals R2.87 and the bulk apples cost R22.99, the maximum number of apples per bag equals R22.99 divided by R2.87, and this equals 8,01. You can't get 0,01 of an apple, so you have to round this answer down to 8 apples. In question 113, you have to show that the total cost to make one lunch pack is R18.36. The cost to make one lunch pack is the sum of the items per lunch pack. The cost of one lunch pack is R5.63 plus R1.55 plus R1.57 plus R2.87 plus R1.83 plus R3.54 plus R1.37, and this equals R18.36. In question 114, you have to calculate the selling price of one lunch pack if the profit per lunch pack is R16.64. The profit is the positive difference between the selling price and the cost price. So the selling price equals the cost price plus the profit. The selling price for one lunch pack is R18.36 plus R16.64, and this equals R35 per lunch pack. In question 115, you have to define the term profit in the given context. Here the context part is important, and the general definition of profit won't get you the marks. A definition of profit in the given context is: profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost price Yvette makes when selling the lunch packs. In question 116, you have to write down as a simplified ratio the bulk price of the 100% fruit juice to the bulk price of the sweets. Since the question mentioned the fruit juice first and then the sweets, the ratio has to be written like this: fruit juice to sweets. This ratio will now have to be simplified. To do this, we must find the highest common factor for the values of 135 and 85. It is easy to see that 5 can divide into both 135 and 85 with no remainder. So 135 divided by 5 is 27 and 85 divided by 5 is 17. This gives you a simplified ratio of 27 to 17. From here, there is no common factor for 27 and 17. In other words, no natural number other than 1 can divide into both numbers without producing a decimal number or a remainder. So the simplified ratio of fruit juice to sweets is 27 to 17. Question 1.2 consists of 4 probability questions that were designed to assess your understanding of probability in the context of 3 diagrams. You are given a tree diagram with 3 options: white bread, brown bread, or bread roll. The bread or roll can be toasted or not toasted. In question 1-1, you are asked to name the type of diagram that is illustrated here. This type of diagram is known as a tree diagram. In question 1-2, you are instructed to find the missing labels A and B. A is brown bread and B is RT, which is a toasted bread roll. In question 1-3, you are required to write down the total number of outcomes. The number of outcomes will be the sum of the options on the last branch, so the total number of outcomes is 6. In question 1-4, you are instructed to calculate the number of toasted bread outcomes. There are 3 bread options, but one option is a roll, so it's not considered a bread in the traditional sense. So there are 2 toasted bread outcomes, that is the toasted white bread and the toasted brown bread. Question 1.3 consists of 4 data handling questions that were designed to assess your understanding of the measure of central tendencies and spreads in the context of box and whisker plots. You are given 2 box and whisker plots for store A and store B. They represent the number of cell phones that was sold monthly over a period of 12 months. In question 131, you have to identify the type of diagram shown. The type of diagram shown is a box and whisker plot. In question 132, you have to write out the acronym IQR in full. IQR stands for interquartile range. In question 133, you have to write down the median for store A. The median is represented by this line in the box and whisker plot. The median for store A is read off as 270. In question 134, you are instructed to calculate the difference between the maximum and minimum value for store B. The difference between the maximum and minimum value in a dataset is called the range. The range for store B is 440 minus 140, and this gives you a value of 300. Question 2.1 consists of 8 finance questions that were designed to assess your ability to interpret financial statements. You are given a levy statement for a rental property in Annexure A. The levy statement shows the reference that this person must include in the payment information when making payment to the body corporate. There is a missing value labeled A. This is the balance after this payment was made. The total amount due for the statement is 2,340 Rand 73 cents. This value includes 15% VAT. This means that VAT has already been included in this amount. The standard levy for June 2021 is 1,498 Rand 63 cents. This amount is part of the total amount due. This statement includes bank details so the client can make electronic bank payments or EFTs if they prefer to make payments that way. Note that no cash payments are allowed. The levy CSOS is given as 30 Rand 90 cents for June and July. In question 211, you have to write down the reference statement that must be used when making payments. From the statement, the reference number for this person is BGD0016. In question 212, you are instructed to give one reason why the reference numbers are used when making payments. Reference numbers are important because it makes it easy to identify which client made payments to their account. In question 213, you have to calculate the missing value A that has been left out of the statement. Since the creditors are considered negative values, you have to find the difference between the previous balance and the payment amount that was made. So the new balance of A is 3,205 Rand 51 cents minus 3,206 Rand, and this equals a negative value of 49 cents. The negative sign is important. It means that the person overpaid and the body corporate now owes the client 49 cents. In question 214, you are told that the total amount due on this invoice is VAT inclusive. The VAT as a percentage is 15%. You have to calculate the VAT exclusive amount. This is the amount before VAT is added. The VAT inclusive amount is equal to 2,340 Rand 73 cents, and as a percentage, it's equal to 115%. This is because the VAT inclusive amount equals the VAT exclusive amount of 100% plus 15% VAT. You can use this formula for calculating the VAT exclusive amounts if you are given the VAT inclusive amounts and the VAT percentage. The VAT exclusive amount equals the VAT inclusive amount multiplied by 100% divided by 115%. The VAT exclusive amount equals the VAT inclusive amount of 2,340 Rand 73 cents multiplied by 100% over 115%. And this gives you a VAT exclusive amount of 2,035 Rand 42 cents. In question 215, you have to calculate the standard levy for June as a percentage of the amount due on the statement. You also have to round the answer off to 2 decimal places. The standard levy for June is this amount of 1,498 Rand 63 cents, and the amount due on the statement is 2,340 Rand 73 cents. You can use this formula to calculate the standard levy as a percentage of the amount due. So the percentage equals 1,498 Rand 63 cents divided by 2,340 Rand 73 cents multiplied by 100%, and this equals this value. Rounding this value to 2 decimal places will give you a percentage of 64.02%. In question 216, you are asked to write down the possible payment option the body corporate will accept. The body corporate will accept electronic bank payments or check payments. Also note that they don't accept cash payments, and if you wrote down cash payment as an option, you will be marked incorrect. In question 217, you are instructed to calculate the total amount collected by the body corporate if all 49 units in the complex paid their levy CSOS for July 2021. The total amount collected is equal to the CSOS levy amount of R30.90 multiplied by the total number of units of 49, and this will give you a total amount of R1,514.10. In question 218, you have to calculate the new standard levy after an increase of 6.45% from the 1st of August 2021. If the standard levy in July is considered to be 100% as a percentage, then the new levy in August will be equal to 100% plus the 6.45% increase in August. This will give you a percentage of 106.45% of the July levy. So the new levy in August will be R1,498.63 multiplied by 106.45% over 100%. And this will give you a new levy of R1,595.29. Question 2.2 consists of two finance questions that were designed to assess your understanding of budgets and expenditures. You are given a list of the total fees payable per child for a school year which consists of 11 months. Aftercare costs R7,700 per school year or R700 per month. The school fees cost R2,793 per month or an annual fee of R30,723 for the first child. A 10% discount on the school fees is given for the second child. A further 7.5% discount is given if the school fees is paid in full by the end of January. And the monthly transport cost per child is R929. In question 221, you have to calculate the total transport cost for the twins for a full year. You have to remember here that the word school year is important. A school year is taken as 11 months from January to November. The monthly transport cost per child is R929. The number of months in the school year is 11 and the number of children is 2. So the total cost for the transport is R929 multiplied by 11 months multiplied by 2 children, and this equals R20,438. In question 222, you are instructed to calculate the total amount of money payable in one school year for the twins to attend the school, including aftercare and transport if the parent intends to pay the school fees in full by the 30th of January. From question 221, the total transport cost was calculated as R20,438. The total charges for the aftercare for the twins is R7,700 per year multiplied by 2 children, and this equals R15,400. The school fees for the first child is R30,723 for the year, and the fees for the second child is 90% of the school fees for the first child. This is because the second child gets a 10% discount. If the school fees is considered to be 100%, then 10% discount would reduce the school fees to 90% of the school fees of the first child. So the mathematics will look like this. R30,723 multiplied by 90% over 100%, and this equals R27,650.70 for the second child. The total school fees for both children will be R30,723 plus R27,650.70, and this equals a total of R58,373.70. Now, since the parent intends to pay the amount of school fees in full before the end of January, she qualifies for a 7.5% discount. The total school fees for the twins will be 92.5% of the total school fees calculated above. This is because she gets a discount of 7.5% if the school fees is paid by the end of January. If the school fees of R58,373.70 is considered to be 100%, then a 7.5% would reduce the school fees to 92.5% of the school fees payable. So R58,373.70 multiplied by 92.5% over 100%, and this equals 53,995 Rand 67 cents. So the total fees for the twins will be the sum of all the charges, which is 20,438 plus 15,400 plus 53,995 Rand 67 cents. And this equals a total of 89,833 Rand 67 cents for the year. Question 3.1 consists of 3 data handling questions that were designed to assess your understanding of data handling in relation to interpretation and analysis of data in a table. You are given a table of the estimated provincial livestock numbers in South Africa for a half year. The values shown in the table are in thousands, and there is a missing value A in the table which you will have to calculate. In question 3.1, you are instructed to write down the province with the second highest number of sheep in February 2021. The province with the second highest number of sheep in 2021 is the Northern Cape. In question 3.1.2, you have to calculate the total estimated number of livestock in the Eastern Cape for 2020. The total estimated number of livestock in Eastern Cape for 2020 is 3,050 plus 6,513 plus 1,991, and all these values are in thousands, so this equals a total of 11,554,000. In question 3.1.3, you are given the provincial mean number of sheep of 2,400,444. One of the farmers in Limpopo stated that the missing value A in the table is less than 200. You are instructed to verify showing all calculations whether the farmer's statement is valid. The mean of 2,400,444 equals the sum of the number of sheep for August 2020 divided by the number of provinces. To make A the subject of the formula, you have to multiply both sides of this equation by 9. The 9s on the right side of the equation will cancel. Next, you have to simplify this equation by adding the values on the right side of this equation. Next, you have to rearrange the equations so that A becomes the subject of the formula. You do this by subtracting both sides of the equation by 21,405. Simplifying this equation will result in A becoming the subject of the formula. A is now calculated to be 198,996, which can be rounded to 199. Since 199 is less than 200, you have to state that the farmer's statement is valid. Not making this final statement will result in you losing 1 mark. Question 3.2 consists of 4 data handling questions designed to assess your understanding of data analysis in the context of pie charts. You are given a pie chart in Annexure B that shows a distribution of 317.6 billion Rand of sales in South Africa's agricultural sector in 2019. Livestock is shown to be divided into 2 categories, animals and produce. Each category is further divided into subcategories, that's 4 for animals and 5 for produce. Keys are given for the categories of animals and produce. A is an unknown value for the percentage of cattle. Each category on the pie chart represents a percentage of the sales of the total sales of 317.6 billion Rand. Horticulture, for example, accounts for 27% of the total sales of 317.6 billion Rand. In question 3.1, you have to state whether the data displayed on the pie chart is categorical or numerical data. Numerical data is data that is counted like the percentages shown in the pie chart. Categorical data is data that is divided into categories or groups like the types of agricultural activities we see in the pie chart. For example, the livestock, horticulture, crops and other are all categorical data. Since you have to make a decision based on the data displayed here and not the type of agricultural activities, you have to say that the data displayed here is numerical data. In question 3.2, you are instructed to determine the missing value A. A represents the percentage of cattle in the subcategory of animals. So A equals a total of 25% minus the sum of 5% plus 2% plus 2%, and this equals a percentage of 16%. In question 3.3, you have to calculate the actual Rand value of the horticulture sales and you have to give your answer in millions. Horticulture equals 27% of 317.6 billion Rand. So the rand value of horticulture sales equals 27% over 100% multiplied by 317.6 billion rand, and this equals 85,752,000,000 rand. In question 3 to 4, you have to give a valid reason why there is a subcategory for other livestock under the category of animals. Apart from the common types of animals used as livestock, South Africa has other livestock like goats, pigs, and rabbits whose percentages are very small compared to the common types of livestock shown in the pie chart. Question 4.1 consists of 7 data handling questions that were designed to assess your understanding of data handling in relation to multiple line graphs that are drawn on the same set of axes. You are given multiple line graphs that are drawn on the same set of axes in the answer sheet. The graphs represents the average monthly retail price of orange juice per litre in Canadian dollars for 2018 through to 2021. You should notice that the graph for 2021 is not completed on the answer sheet, and you will be asked to complete this graph using the values in table 3. In question 411, you are asked to calculate the difference between the price of orange juice in January and February 2019. The graph indicates the price of orange juice in January 2019 as 4.3 Canadian dollars, and the price of orange juice in February 2019 was given as 4.1 Canadian dollars. It is clear to see that there was a decrease in the price between the 2 months. So the cost difference between these 2 months is 4.1 minus 4.3, and this gives you a cost difference of negative 0.20 Canadian dollars. You should note that the negative sign here indicates that there was a decrease in the price from January to February. In question 412, you have to write down the month and year in which the price of orange juice was at its lowest. From the graph, the lowest price of orange juice was in February 2018. In question 413, you have to state the month and years in which the price of orange juice was exactly the same. On the graph, the month and years when the price of orange juice was the same was November 2018 and 2019. In question 414, you have to determine the median monthly price of orange juice for 2020. From the graph, this solid line represents the price of orange juice for 2020. To calculate the median, we first have to arrange these values in ascending order. Using a ruler, you can work your way from the lowest value to the highest value on the solid line. Write the values as they appear. The result will look like this. The median value is the value that divides the dataset into 2 equal parts. In other words, the value in the middle of the dataset. Here you will have an even number of values in the dataset, so you have to find the average or the mean of the middle 2 values. The mean of the middle 2 values is 4.26 plus 4.27 divided by 2, and this will give you a median of 4.265 Canadian dollars. In question 415, you will have to describe the trend in the price of orange juice from February 2018 to July 2018. On the graph, the thick dashed line represents the price of orange juice in 2018. From February to July 2018, the price increased steadily until June and thereafter decreased slightly. In question 416, it is stated that an analyst predicted that the price of the orange juice would drop by 0.16 Canadian dollars from February 21 to March 21. You will have to determine the year-on-year percentage increase from March 2020 to March 2021. You are given a formula for the percentage increase as new value minus the old value divided by the old value multiplied by 100%. Now the new value in the formula is the price of the orange juice in March 2021. On the graph, you will notice that the graph for 2021 is incomplete and there is no price given for March 2021. But the price of the orange juice for March 2021 is calculated using the statement of the analyst. Since the analyst predicted a drop of 0.16 Canadian dollars from February 2021 to March 2021, the price of orange juice for March 2021 is calculated as 4.46 Canadian dollars minus 0.16 Canadian dollars, and this equals a price of 4.30 Canadian dollars. Now the old value in the formula is the price of the orange juice in March 2020. The price of the orange juice in March 2020 is read off the graph as 4.23 Canadian dollars. Now, substituting these values into the given formula like this will give you a percentage increase of 1.65%. In question 417, you have to use the values in table 3 to complete the line graph on the answer sheet for March 2021 to December 2021. The value for March 2021 was calculated in question 416 as 4.30 Canadian dollars. The rest of the values are given in the table. First, you will have to plot the points for 2021 on the graph and then join the lines to complete the line graph. Question 4.2 consists of one question that was designed to assess your understanding of water tariffs. Annexure A shows a comparison of water tariffs for Cape Town, eThekwini, Ekurhuleni, and Johannesburg. This question only requires you to make a comparison between Cape Town and Ekurhuleni, so Johannesburg and eThekwini information is not needed for this question. So if you make the mistake of using the incorrect areas, you will get the entire question wrong. In this question, John stated that if he chooses to live in Cape Town, he will be paying 3,600 Rand more per year compared to a person living in Ekurhuleni who uses an average amount of 45 kiloliters of water per month. You will have to prove by means of calculation whether his statement is correct. So analyzing the table in Annexure C, we see that we will be using these two parts in the table. This part is used to compare the water tariffs in eThekwini and Johannesburg, and this part of the table is the water tariffs for commercial and industrial entities. Since John will be using water as a resident, this part of the table will not be needed. Now, water tariffs are usually calculated on a sliding scale. What this means is if you use 45 kiloliters of water, then you will have to calculate the water usage for each step up to step 4, which is the step for water consumption above 35 kiloliters. So the total cost for the water consumption will be the sum of the cost of all 4 steps plus the fixed monthly cost if there are any fixed costs for that area. A fixed monthly cost is the cost that must be paid even if you don't use any water for that month. Mathematically, the process for calculating the total water consumption of 45 kiloliters in Cape Town will look like this. In step 1, the range is 0 to 6 kiloliters. The maximum amount of water that can be used in this step is 6 kiloliters. The tariff for this step is 15 Rand 10 cents per liter. So the cost for step 1 will be 6 kiloliters of water multiplied by 15 Rand 10 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 90 Rand 60 cents. In step 2, the range of water consumption is greater than 6 kiloliters to 10.5 kiloliters. The maximum amount of water that can be charged for in this step is 10.5 kiloliters minus 6 kiloliters, and this equals a maximum amount of water of 4.5 kiloliters. This means that you will be charged 20 Rand 75 cents per kiloliter up to a maximum of 4.5 kiloliters of water consumption. You must find the difference between the maximum value in step 2 and the maximum value in step 1 because you have already been charged for the usage of 6 kiloliters of water in step 1. So the cost for step 2 will be 4.5 kiloliters multiplied by 20 Rand 75 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 93 Rand 38 cents. In step 3, the range of water consumption is greater than 10.5 kiloliters and 35 kiloliters. The maximum amount of water that can be charged for in this step is 35 kiloliters minus 10.5 kiloliters. This equals a maximum amount of water of 24.5 kiloliters. This means that you will only be charged 28 Rand 20 cents per kiloliter up to a maximum of 24.5 kiloliters of water consumption. You must find the difference between the maximum value in step 3 and the maximum value in step 2 because you have already been charged for the usage of 10.5 kiloliters of water in step 1 and step 2. So the cost for step 3 will be 24.5 kiloliters multiplied by 28 Rand 20 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 690 Rand 90 cents. In step 4, the range of water consumption is greater than 35 kiloliters to any amount above 35 kiloliters. Because a maximum amount of 45 kiloliters of water is used on average per month, the maximum amount of water that will be charged for is 45 kiloliters minus 35 kiloliters. This equals a maximum amount of water of 10 kiloliters. This means that in step 4 you will only be charged 52 Rand 4 cents for 10 kiloliters of water consumption. You must find the difference between the maximum water consumption of 45 kiloliters and the maximum value in step 3 because you have already been charged for the water usage of 35 kiloliters of water in step 1, step 2 and step 3. So the cost for step 4 will be 10 kiloliters multiplied by 52 Rand 4 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 520 Rand 40 cents. Now the total cost of water consumption for the usage of 45 kiloliters of water in Cape Town is the sum of all 4 steps plus the fixed monthly cost of 104 Rand 50 cents. This will give us a total cost of 1,499 Rand 78 cents. Next, you will have to calculate the total cost of water consumption for Ekurhuleni. In step 1, the range is 0 to 6 kiloliters. The maximum amount of water that can be used in this step is 6 kiloliters. The tariff for this step is 13 Rand 50 cents per kiloliter. So the cost for step 1 will be 6 kiloliters of water multiplied by 13 Rand 50 per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 81 Rand. In step 2, the range of water consumption is greater than 6 kiloliters to 15 kiloliters. The maximum amount of water consumption that can be charged for in this step is 15 kiloliters minus 6 kiloliters. This equals a maximum amount of 9 kiloliters. This means that you will be charged 22 Rand 24 cents per kiloliter up to a maximum of 9 kiloliters of water consumption. You must find the difference between the maximum value in step 2 and the maximum value in step 1 because you have already been charged for the usage of 6 kiloliters in step 1. So the cost for step 2 will be 9 kiloliters multiplied by 22 Rand 24 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 200 Rand 16 cents. In step 3, the range of water consumption is greater than 15 kiloliters to 30 kiloliters. The maximum amount of water that can be charged for in this step is 30 kiloliters minus 15 kiloliters. This gives you a maximum amount of water of 15 kiloliters. This means that you will only be charged 27 Rand 24 cents per kiloliter up to a maximum of 15 kiloliters of water consumption. You must find the difference between the maximum value in step 3 and the maximum value in step 2 because you have already been charged for the usage of 15 kiloliters of water in step 1 and step 2. So the cost for step 3 will be 15 kiloliters multiplied by 27 Rand 24 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 408 Rand 60 cents. In step 4, the range of water consumption is greater than 30 kiloliters to 45 kiloliters. Because a maximum amount of 45 kiloliters of water is used on average per month, the maximum amount of water that will be charged for is 45 kiloliters minus 30 kiloliters. This equals a maximum amount of 15 kiloliters. This means that you will only be charged 33 Rand 90 cents for 15 kiloliters of water consumption. Here again, you must find the difference between the maximum water consumption of 45 kiloliters and the maximum value in step 3 because you have already been charged for the usage of 30 kiloliters of water in step 1, step 2 and step 3. So the cost for step 4 will be 15 kiloliters multiplied by 33 Rand 90 cents per kiloliter, and this equals a cost of 508 Rand 50 cents. Now the total water consumption for the usage of 45 kiloliters of water in Ekurhuleni is the sum of all 4 steps. This will give us a total cost of 1,198 Rand 26 cents. Note that there is no fixed monthly cost for Ekurhuleni. Now that you have calculated the monthly charge for both Cape Town and Ekurhuleni, you have to find the difference between the cost between these 2 areas. So the difference in the total cost is 1,499 Rand 78 cents minus 1,198 Rand 26 cents, and this equals 301 Rand 52 cents per month. This amount must now be multiplied by 12 months of the year to get you the difference in the total cost per year. This will equal a difference of 3,618 Rand 24 cents per year. Since John stated that the cost per year in Cape Town will be 3,600 Rand more than Ekurhuleni, and you have proof that it's actually 3,618 Rand 24 cents more, you must state that his statement is incorrect. Not making this final statement will result in you losing 1 mark. Question 5.1 consists of 5 finance questions that were designed to assess your understanding of income tax and simple interest calculations. You're given a situation where a person is going on retirement and the estimated value of a full pension fund benefit is 3,457,920 Rand. This person has 2 options when she retires. Option 1, withdraw a third of a full pension fund benefit, or option 2, withdraw 100% of a full pension fund benefit. You are also given the retirement benefit tax table. In question 5.1, you have to write out the person's full pension fund benefit in words. The full pension fund benefit in words is 3,457,920 Rand. In question 5.1.2, you have to calculate the amount of money that this person can withdraw if she chooses to withdraw 1/3 of a full pension fund amount. This is equal to a full pension fund amount multiplied by 1/3, and this equals 1,152,640 Rand. In question 5.1.3, Shamila chooses to withdraw 100% of a full pension fund benefit and she wants to loan money to her daughter. In 5.1.3a, Shamila stated that the amount of tax you will have to pay on the estimated value of a full pension fund is more than 1 million Rand. You will have to verify showing all calculations whether a statement is correct. From table 4, a full pension of 3,457,920 Rand falls in the taxable income range of 1,050,001 Rand and above. The tax rate for this range is 130,500 Rand plus 36% of taxable income above 1,050,000. The equation for this tax rate will be 130,500 Rand plus 36 over 100 multiplied by the difference between the full pension amount of 3,457,920 Rand and 1,050,000 Rand. This will simplify to 130,500 Rand plus 36 over 100 multiplied by 2,407,920 Rand. This simplifies further to 130,500 Rand plus 866,851 Rand 20 cents, and this equals a tax of 997,351 Rand 20 cents. Since this amount is less than 1 million Rand, you have to state that the statement is incorrect. If you don't make this last statement, you will lose 1 mark. In question 5.1.3b, the ratio of the estimated value of Shamila's full pension before tax to her daughter's loan amount is 9,8798 to 1. You will have to determine to the nearest 1,000 Rand the amount that her daughter will borrow. The ratio of 9,8798 to 1 means that the daughter will loan an amount that is 9,8798 times smaller than Shamila's full pension amount. So the loan amount is equal to the full pension amount of 3,457,920 Rand divided by 9,8798, and this gives you a loan amount of 349,998 Rand 99 cents. Rounding this value to the nearest 1,000 will give you a loan amount of 350,000 Rand. In question 5.1.3c, Suraya, the daughter, agrees to borrow the money at a simple interest rate of 7.8% per annum. She intends to repay the total amount with interest at the end of a 3-year period. You have to determine the total amount that she will have to repay after 3 years. The interest amount over 3 years is equal to 7.8 over 100 multiplied by 350,000 multiplied by 3 years, and this equals a total interest of 81,900 Rand. The total amount that you will have to pay back is equal to the interest amount of 81,900 Rand plus the loan amount of 350,000 Rand, and this equals a total amount of 431,900 Rand. Question 5.2 consists of two finance questions that were designed to assess your understanding of exchange rates. You are given a scenario where it is established that it costs 280,000 Rand to relocate a family of 4 to New Zealand. Two types of work visas are required for Suraya and her husband. A skilled migrant visa that costs 2,093 euros for Suraya and a visa for entrepreneurs that costs 4,745 New Zealand dollars for her husband. You are also given an exchange rate table for the different currencies. In question 5.1, you have to determine the exchange rate of the New Zealand dollar in terms of the euro on the 3rd of September 2021 in the form of 1 New Zealand dollar to euros. From the table, 1 South African Rand equals 0.0969907 New Zealand dollars. Also, 1 South African Rand equals 0.0581765 euros. So this means that you can say that 0.0969907 New Zealand dollars equals 0.0581765 euros. Dividing both sides of this equation by 0.0969907, you will get an exchange rate of New Zealand dollar to euro of 1 New Zealand dollar to 0.599815524 euros. In question 5.2, you have to calculate to the nearest 100 Rand the total cost of the two visas that they will require on the 3rd of September 2021. From the table, 1 South African Rand equals 0.0581765 euros. So the skilled migrant visa will cost 2,093 euros divided by 0.0581765. This will give you a cost of 35,976 Rand 73 cents. From the table, 1 South African Rand equals 0.0969907 New Zealand dollars. So the entrepreneurial visa will cost 4,745 New Zealand dollars divided by 0.0969907, and this will give you a cost of 48,922 Rand 22 cents. The total cost of the two visas is 35,976 Rand 73 cents plus 48,922 Rand 22 cents, and this equals a total cost of 84,898 Rand 95 cents. Rounding this value off to the nearest 100 Rand will give you a total cost of 84,900 Rand. Question 5.3 consists of two questions that were designed to assess your understanding of data handling in relation to data representation. You are presented with two graphs on Annexure D that represents the monthly exchange rate of the Chinese yuan to the US dollar from July 2020 to December 2020. The same set of data was used to draw both of these graphs. In question 5.3.1, you have to state with a reason which graph a Chinese citizen would use to explain that his country's currency is strengthening against the US dollar over a 6-month period. Analyzing the two graphs, we see that graph A appears to show a sharp decline in the US dollar against the Chinese yuan. The reason a Chinese person would use this graph to explain that his country's currency is getting stronger against the US dollar is that it is clear to see that as the months go by, it costs less Chinese yen to buy 1 US dollar. In question 5.3.2, it is stated that the same set of data was used to draw graph A and graph B. You have to give a valid reason why the graphs look different. The reason these graphs look so different is because different scales were used to draw each of these graphs. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and if you found this video helpful, you can subscribe to be notified of more videos like this, and you can check out this video next.